Hello and welcome into our BTN studios for the first Wrestling Report of 2013. I'm Lentz here to give you news, happenings, and highlights from around the conference. The Iowa Hawkeyes dominated their competition over the weekend, going 2-0 in conference dual action. On Friday, the 5th-ranked Hawkeyes defeated the 4th-ranked Ohio State, due in large part to Mike Evans's upset of 2nd-ranked Nick Heflin at 174 in sudden victory. Top-ranked Logan Stieber of Ohio State did not wrestle 2nd-ranked Tony Ramos, a much-anticipated match of the night, due to a leg injury. Iowa beat the Bucks 22-9, and on Sunday, the Hawkeyes cruised to a 29-9 victory over Purdue. Penn State's Ed Ruth earns Big Ten Wrestler of the Week, as announced on Tuesday. The 184-pounder defeated 2012 NCAA champion Steve Bozak from Cornell with nearly 3 minutes of riding time. Ruth is a perfect 15-0 on the season. Ruth is #1, and so is Penn State. Take a look at the most recent national rankings released by Intermat. The top-ranked Nittany Lions won their 3rd straight Southern Scuffle, and Iowa moves up 1 spot. Tom Brands has a tough weekend ahead when the Hawkeyes visit 2nd-ranked Oklahoma State on Sunday afternoon. Big Ten Network wrestling analyst Jim Gibbons joins us now on the phone. And Jim, you were able to call Iowa's match against Ohio State on Friday. Overall, what are your impressions of that Hawkeye team?
Well, I think Iowa's got a real balanced team, Kara. They impress you right from the start because of their national champion Matt McDonough. They get off to a good, strong start. Tony Ramos, even though that wasn't the featured matchup we were looking for. But and they lost a couple matches after that, but they looked pretty balanced to me. And I was really impressed at 97 with Nathan Burrat, who got kind of an upset win. And they stumbled at heavyweight a little bit with Bobby Telford losing, but I think they've got the most balance out there.
Well, one team that is very packed with talent is Penn State. As we saw from the national rankings, they still sit at #1. How talented is this Penn State team, and ultimately, are they the team to beat in the Big Ten?
Well, I no doubt about it. They're not only the team to beat in the Big Ten, but it's the nation. And, there's a nice little log jam out there, but it still seems to me that the team to beat are the Nittany Lions. They're tough in every weight as well. They're tough and talented, and they're young. This is still a relatively young team, and they're returning national champions or, juniors, and they got the Alton brothers in there. They're sophomores, and so Nico Megaludis at 25, just a sophomore, NCAA runner-up. I mean, Brown, the 74-pounder, having a good season here, ranked #3. They're just a really good-looking team.
Now, Iowa also has a tough weekend ahead of them. They're going down to Oklahoma State in Stillwater, Oklahoma. How difficult is that environment?
Well, it's as difficult of any environment that there is in college wrestling. It's like Rec Hall at Penn State. It's like Carver Hawkeye Arena. It's like the environment that Tom Ryan started to build there at Ohio State, and certainly the barn at Minnesota that Jay Robinson is great, created his tough teams. All the great teams have great home environments, and Gallagher-Iba Arena is a very difficult place to get the job done, and Cowboys go out there and wrestle pretty well. But Iowa and Oklahoma State have kind of got that, first or second weekend of January pegged for their getting it together, getting it on, and two states that love wrestling, and they always have an entertaining meet.
Well, that meet is on Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. However, there is a meet on Friday that you're calling between Nebraska and Michigan in Ann Arbor. What can we expect to see from that match? Firstly. Secondly, what are some weight classes that we should keep our eye on?
Well, I like this matchup here. I think it's going to be, there's a lot of toss-up weights in there and a lot of talent. You take a look at the young man Yates from Michigan and going up against Robert Kokesh. That's a nice matchup. He made it all the way to the semifinals, and of course Kokesh won the weight class. Yates got beat in the semis and ended up defaulting. So hopefully he's okay and he can go. But another great matchup, I think, of styles is going to be Jake Sufone at 149, up from 141 against Eric Grajales from Michigan. And Grajales is he's got talent galore. It's a question of whether he can use that talent all throughout a 7-minute match. And and perhaps Soufflon a little bit less talented, but he will bring full energy all out all the way through the match. So look for some maybe big moves in the beginning of that match. It may be in favor of Grajales, but it's the grinder in Soufflon, and it's the classic matchup that you like to see in the sport.
Well, Jim Gibbons, thank you so much for the insight and the time, and we look forward to hearing you on Friday.
Well, I'm looking forward to this match, and it's been a great weekend for college wrestling. Thanks, Kara.
You can catch Jim calling Friday's dual meet between Nebraska and Michigan alongside Tim Johnson at 7 p.m. Eastern on BTN. Also, log on to BTN.com for additional conference action, including Friday's big meet between 4th-ranked Minnesota and 5th-ranked Ohio State. The 174-pounder Midland champion Robert Kokesh joins us now from Lincoln, Nebraska. And Robert, going back to that Midland tournament, you dominated your opponents in that tournament. What do you think was so successful in your performance?
I go out there and I wrestle hard. I got a great pace, and my pace keeps me in most of my matches. In a lot of my matches, I make mistakes, and my pace, wrestling through those mistakes and keep wrestling and continuing to, get to my ties, get to my shots. That's what makes me so successful, at this level. And I just most importantly, I'm going out there and I'm having fun. I enjoy the sport of wrestling, and it's been fun. I got great coaches, and they work a lot with me, and I want to do well for them and for my teammates. Well,
Robert, I've been taking a peek at your Twitter page, and something that you've used over and over again is ETG. Can you explain what that is?
It's a saying that Jordan Burroughs always has. Embrace the grind. Jordan Burroughs got that started. When he won his Olympic gold, and it's great. It's just about embracing that grind. Going farther than what you think you can. Pushing farther, and going more than what you think you can. And it's something that you need to take to heart. It's just going out there, and most importantly, you got to enjoy the sport of wrestling, and that's what you got to use as that feel when you're feeling down, when you're tired, feel like working hard, and you're not feeling the best. You got to work through that. You got to work. You got to have that adversity to work through those things that beat you down, and that's something that Burroughs has kind of translated onto the Nebraska wrestling team. Is embracing that, and feeling off that tiredness and that soreness and that having that time where you don't think you can go anymore.
Well, that certainly is a grind. Now, looking forward to this weekend, you face Michigan on Friday. Dan Yates is up in your weight class. What are you preparing for when you look ahead to that match?
Just like I prepare for every match, I want to continue to wrestle the same. Going out there, getting to my stuff. I want to wrestle my match. And, getting to my offense, my ties, my shots, and, just having a great pace. I got to set the pace of the match, and, that's something that works for me, and I just need to go out there and wrestle smart. Need to stay in good position, get to my angles, and, wrestle hard.
Robert Kokesh looking for his 18th straight victory. Best of luck on Friday against Michigan, and thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And again, you can see Robert Kokesh and the Huskers take on Michigan 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday. That's going to do it for this edition of the BTN Wrestling Report. Make sure to keep clicking on BTN.com for the latest news from around the conference.